What's going on, everybody, and thank you for tuning in. Today we are doing the 1-year ownership update of the TonnoPro cover, and this will also be the last update of the TonnoPro cover, at least for now. So stay tuned. Alright, so this video is a little bittersweet to make. I've had this Tonneau cover now for a year, and as you can see, the title of the video is Tonneau Wars. So today this cover will come off, and tomorrow a competitor of TonnoPro will go on. So the point of that is I want to help you guys decide on which Tonneau cover you want by doing reviews on another brand now. So we have a year's worth of reviews on TonnoPro, so I can speak to it, I can talk about it, but I'm the Tundra dude, okay? So why would I keep going with the same thing? Let's try something different so you have something to compare with. And actually, before we go any further, I wanted to bring up something somebody said to me in comments. They said they didn't understand why I keep buying parts for a truck that I'm gonna eventually get rid of probably later this year. It's not about me buying parts. It's about the Tundra Dude channel doing stuff to help the Tundra Dude viewer, okay? I treat this like a business, you know? It's fun, I love doing it, but I also want to help you pick out Tundra-related parts. So if I put stuff on the truck and then just leave it on there and don't do anything with it, what's the point, right? So the TonnoPro cover was great, but now, tomorrow, we will install the competitor. So what I did was I wrote a couple final notes on the TonnoPro cover. Some of the things I like, one or two things I didn't necessarily like about it. So let's see. Number one, it kept everything dry. This TonnoPro cover has been through quite a few storms. There was never any moisture in the bed. Sometimes, if it was a crazy storm, you'd get a little drippage down the side, but nothing in the bed was ever wet. I will take you outside after all these and show you what I mean with that. It was easy to put on and take off. So if you needed to remove it for some reason, it was a quick thing. Just a couple of latches up front, no big deal. So that is a good thing. You don't want a ton, I mean, it really depends. If you have a Tonneau cover on and you're going to keep it on for a long time and not need to take it off, it really doesn't matter. But if you're eventually going to need to put stuff in the bed and you're going to need the whole bed, mind you, it's tri-fold, so that helps a lot. You might not need to take it off that much, but when you want to take it off, you want it to be easy. Here's an important one. It did not flap at high speeds, okay? And it didn't flap when it was all the way forward either. So when you folded it up toward the cab and then you clipped the connectors together to hold it there, it never did anything. It didn't flap, it didn't bang, nothing. It was just, it's a pretty tight cover, so it just stayed tight. It was good. It maintained shape during snow. I had a Tonneau cover once on my Tacoma, which was years ago, and it would snow and it would actually weigh the cover down into the point where it would go right into the bed. Like, it would break the cover down into the bed. This one maintained shape, no problem. And last but not least, on the pros, the vinyl is very durable. It can definitely take a beating, even with all the sun and stuff like that. There's no sign of stitching coming apart or anything like that. It cleans really easy too when the birds crap all over it and I have to wipe the bird crap off, no problem. My only, not issue, but, you know, notable con is the rear closing latches that you twist at the end. I'm not a huge fan of them. And I'm going to take you outside and show you real quick what I mean with that. So this is the only part that I didn't really like about it, are these cranks. So what you do is when you pull it up to take it off, you have to pull it out like this, pull it all the way up, make sure it's straight. Sorry. The problem is these would never fold all the way flush, so sometimes you would get it against the cover when you were trying to fold it up, and it would be a little bit of a pain. And then when you bring them back down, sometimes they twist, so sometimes they would twist too high to where it wouldn't get under here. So it's not hard, it's just a little bit of a pain. There's not much to dislike about this cover, so that's a minimal thing. Other than that, it kept the inside completely dry. Sometimes you would get like a couple water streaks down the side, but this right here, the inside of the bed, there's still stuff in here from when I put it on last year. Like the same dirt and everything. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it held a good seal. My one other issue, nothing crazy, but you might not even be able to see it. But if you see, it's flush to the bed except this one part. And this is where like the main crank is to turn it over, but other than that, no big deal. It's really kind of a nitpicky thing, but the problem is when you bring the latch up, sometimes it won't go flush with the cover, so when you're folding it forward, you can't get it to fold properly. So you got to make sure it's all the way up, and sometimes it's kind of tough to get them all the way up. Also, the levers that come down and lock, they twist. So every time you take it off, fold it forward and then fold it back, you had to make sure it was still of the same tightness, because if it's too loose, the back will flap and you don't want that. But that's really it. Also, I showed you guys that seal on the side that looks like it's up a little bit. Like I said, no water gets in or anything, but that's like the gear, the final fold over part on it. So I don't know if that's on all tonneau covers. I guess we'll learn about that tomorrow when we get the other tonneau cover on here, which I am looking forward to very much. But yeah, so tell me what you think. It was, I think it was like $250 between, let's say between $230 and $270 for the cover. It came with a couple free gifts. There was like an LED bed light, which I will keep in there. Some gloves, vinyl cleaner. Definitely a good cover. I got it from realtruck.com, so check them out. And if you have any questions about the TonnoPro cover, let me know. If not, make sure you check back in tomorrow to see part 2 of Tonneau Wars, the new cover that we will be reviewing. A direct competitor, and I will tell you, it is a very popular direct competitor. So I'm very, very, very excited. Comment below the video or find me on Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34. Have a great day.